Hi everyone, it's Christina and welcome back to another Plan with Polishland video. Today I will be sharing my weekly meal planning routine with all of you. I recently started meal planning about a month or so ago, so although I am not a meal planning expert, I've settled into a routine that's really been working for me. I thought it would be fun to share that routine with all of you. Hopefully you will find my tips helpful, and I would also love to hear from you in the comments below. Let me know what you do each week before you go to the grocery store and what tips you have to share. Now, although the routine I am going to share with you today could be adapted for any family size and for any type of diet, I thought it would be helpful to point out that I am only cooking for me and I eat a vegan diet. So if you're wondering why I don't have any meat or animal products on my grocery list or in my recipes, that is why. But without further ado, let's get right into my routine. Typically what I do is I grab my recipe book. If you'd like to learn more about this, I will link a video explaining what this is on the screen and in the description box. I also bring a list pad with me, and I have this Target Dollar Spot planner. This is what I've been using to write down my meal plan. It's definitely not ideal, but I already had it, so I wasn't going to spend money on something new just yet. But let me go ahead and move this off screen for now, and I will share the first step of my routine with all of you. So the first thing that I do every single week is I go through the pantry, the refrigerator, and the freezer, and I take an inventory of what I have. Now this week I had a lot of food left over because I ate out a little bit more than I expected to last week. My goal every week is to only buy what I know I'm going to use. Now obviously I will always have something left over, such as half a box of pasta, or if I have cereal left over, things that you're not going to eat all of in one week. You're definitely going to have some leftovers, but for the most part you want this list to be pretty short. So what I do is I just write down the list, and then sometimes I will write how much is left in each container. So for example, in my oatmeal, I only have about 1 to 2 servings left, so I made sure to write that down so I didn't think I had a full carton of oatmeal. You can also see I wrote down that I have 3 black bean burgers and 2 hamburger buns. That way I can just easily keep track of how much I have of each item. Now I know some people keep an inventory on their computer or in their phone so that it's electronic. You could definitely do that as well, and I will probably update my list to an electronic list in the future, but for the sake of this video, it was much easier to write out the list so that you could see it. So after I have my inventory, I will also check the local grocery store sale flyer to see if there is anything on sale that will inspire my meals for the week, and I will keep that in mind as I start to meal plan. Then what I do is I grab my Target Dollar Spot planner. Here is what the inserts that I have look like. This is a very old system from Target. I bought it about 2 years ago. Target has been releasing different inserts about once a season, so definitely check your local store to see what they have currently available. I'm going to write the date. So this is for the week of June 26th, and then I write the numbers next to each J, just so I can keep track of it a little bit easier. The first thing I do is plan out my breakfast. Breakfast is a meal that is usually really quick and easy. I don't plan it out for every single day. Instead, what I will do is plan out some breakfast ideas for the week. I don't usually cook a breakfast, I just do something grab and go. So on Monday, I'll write down breakfast, and then I write down the different breakfast options I have for the week. So I have oatmeal, cereal, and I will also have some bagels. And I always make sure to have my food inventory list handy, because now that I've written down oatmeal and cereal as my breakfast options for the week, I'm going to cross that off my inventory list so I know it's not available any longer. And what I also do at this time is I grab a spare list pad and I start my grocery list. So you can see I wrote bagels down for a breakfast idea. So what I'm going to do is write bagels on my list. And what I've been doing as well is writing down how much the food is going to cost. And if I don't know the exact number, I just estimate it out so that I can stay in budget. So the bagels that I buy, it's a $2.89 pack for 6 of them. Now I start planning out my lunches and dinners, and I work on each day separately. So I will start with a lunch and dinner for Monday and then move on to lunch and dinner for Tuesday, and so on and so forth. So for this week, I actually have some leftovers that I'm going to eat on Monday. I made some enchiladas, and I actually froze about half of the batch when I first made it. That is a great way to save money and reduce food waste if you are just cooking for one person, or even if you're cooking for 2 people. I made a whole batch of enchiladas. I ate about half of it throughout 1 week, and then I froze the other half to have freezer meals. Now, I usually meal plan on Tuesdays. So on this Monday already happened, and I had a vegan bowl. And now I'll move on to Tuesday. Tuesday, I plan to eat the rest of the enchilada leftovers. And now I'm going to look at my inventory list and see what I can make for dinner on Tuesday. I have this bag of spinach that's left over from last week, and I want to make sure that I use it before it expires. So I'm going to base my dinner around this spinach bag, and I'm going to pair it with this angel hair. So I will make angel hair pasta with cooked spinach, and I am actually going to make a double batch of this, so that way I can have it for leftovers on another day. On Wednesday for lunch, I'm going to have the pasta leftovers. Usually I'll wait a day before eating leftovers, but because that spinach is going to be expiring on this day, I want to make sure to eat it before it goes bad. And for dinner, I'm actually eating out. I'm going quickly to Subway because I have an event that I'm going to later that night, and I'll just be grabbing a quick dinner. So let's move over here to Thursday. Now, my go-to for lunches is usually salad or a sandwich unless I'm having leftovers. One of my favorite sandwiches to make is chickpea salad. It's basically like a tuna or chicken salad, but made with chickpeas, and it is really, really delicious. And I use Just Mayo, which is a brand of vegan mayonnaise, and it tastes just as good as regular mayonnaise, if not better. And I am not kidding. Now, I actually don't have any chickpeas, so I have to buy some of that, and that costs 67 cents. I'm also going to be buying a green bell pepper because I like to chop that up to put in the salad. And I'm going to be buying more spinach as well for the sandwich, but also for other meals that we'll talk about later, and that costs $2.99. And for dinner, I am going to be having pita pizzas. I've never made these before, but I got the idea from my sister-in-law, and I'm really excited to try it out. So I thought that would be perfect because I already have pitas. I put these in the freezer because I bought them on sale and I didn't want them to go bad, and I have 4 of them. So I'm going to be using 2, so I'll have 2 remaining. And I have the tomato sauce already, so I'm going to be using about half that jar for the pita pizzas. Oh, I actually used the other half of the jar for the pasta, so I can go ahead and cross this out. And also for the pizzas, I'll be using some of the spinach that I bought. I'm also going to be using another green pepper, so I'm going to be getting 2 of these. And then I'll be getting an onion. The green peppers cost about 60 cents each. It definitely depends on the week, so I'll just estimate that as $1.20. I hope you're seeing the rhythm as I go along here. I start the week with the breakfast ideas, and then I move on to lunch and dinner daily. So for lunch, I either do a sandwich, a salad, or leftovers. I don't typically cook anything too exciting for lunch because I want it to be really easy and quick. And then for dinner, that's when I do most of my cooking. So usually once per week, I will make a really big meal that will last me a couple of days throughout the week, and I can freeze half of it for later. Or I will cook smaller meals a couple of times per week and try to get leftovers that way. So this week so far, I am cooking pasta one night that will give me leftovers. Then I'm going to make pita pizzas. This should be really quick and easy. And now let's move on to Friday. So Friday is going to be a salad day. And I love to have Mediterranean salads with grape leaves that I can just buy at the grocery store already prepared. So those grape leaves are awesome. They only cost $2 for a whole package, so I'll put that on my shopping list. And for salads, I'm going to use the green pepper as well. I'll use half for the chickpea salad and then half for my regular salad. And I'm definitely going to want a cucumber That's about 50 cents. And I'm going to want, I want some grape tomatoes. Those are $2.99. They're not on sale, but I love them. And when I go to the produce department, I just check out what looks good and what I want that week. So I don't always end up with exactly the produce on my list because, for example, if I go and all of the cucumbers look disgusting, I'll just get something else instead. For dinner on Friday, I'm going to do another one of my really quick and easy meals, and that is a stuffed sweet potato. I actually have a picture on my Instagram that tells you how to make that, so I will link that in the description box below if you're interested. But the reason I'm doing that is because I have half a bag of frozen corn, so I'm going to cook that up for the sweet potato, and then I'll save the rest for another meal. So I do need to buy the sweet potato, and that's probably going to be about 99 cents. I don't know exactly how much that is. And I also need to get some black beans, and that is 67 cents. I already have some salsa that I can put on that and the spices. Now, this calendar links Saturday and Sunday together, which I really don't like. In the future, I'm going to upgrade to something else, but this is what works for me right now. So I just do Saturday lunch, and that's going to be the leftovers from this day. So I can get 2 chickpea salad sandwiches, and now I'm going to cross off hamburger buns on my list because I'll be using them for both of these. And what I'm going to do for dinner this day is make sure that I use the leftover corn that I'm using for my stuffed sweet potato. So I'm actually going to make a pasta salad, and I will have that with some fresh fruit. So I'm going to be using my rotini for this, and I'm going to use about half the box. So I'm going to put a half there so I know I have half left. And I'm also going to be throwing in the frozen peas in this pasta salad, so I'm going to cross that off the list. And I need to make sure that I add fruit on the list, and I saw that blackberries were on sale, so I definitely want to get some of those. And those are $2 each, and I'm going to get 2 of them, so that'll be $4. I also realized I forgot to put in the cost for the onions. I'm going to be getting 2 onions for my pita pizzas and for my salads, so that's going to be about $1.20 as well. Okay, we're on to Sunday lunch. And I'm going to have a salad with grape leaves again. And I already have all the ingredients on my list. I have the spinach on my list. I have the onion, the pepper, and the grape tomatoes. I'll probably use the whole cucumber in my first salad, but that's okay. And I actually have sunflower seeds on my inventory list here, so I can definitely put those in my salad as well. That tastes really good. And we are on to Sunday dinner, the last day of the week. And I'm going to be having the leftover pasta salad. So that pretty much concludes everything I do in my weekly meal planning routine. Before I go, I wanted to quickly walk through the process with you again so you can see my steps every week. I begin by taking the inventory of what I already have in the pantry, refrigerator, and freezer. Then I check the weekly sales at the grocery store to see what I can get at a discounted price. I let that inspire the meals that I'm going to make. And then I sit down with my planner here and I write out my breakfast ideas for the week. And then I work daily to brainstorm lunch and dinner ideas based on what I already have. And as I build my meal plan every single day, I will write down the ingredients that I need to get at the grocery store and I estimate the cost. That is pretty much what I do. I did want to quickly mention that I am building up my recipes right now, which is why I keep my recipe book on hand. I'm flipping to the main dishes section here so that you can see I have been adding a little bit to this area. My favorites right now are definitely the enchiladas and the chili, and I also recently made an amazing vegan fettuccine alfredo. So what I've been trying to do is a couple of times a month I will try out a new recipe, and if it goes well I'll add it to my book so that when I'm meal planning in the future it will get even easier to do because I will already have a bunch of ideas ready to go. This week I actually made a lot of really quick and easy meals. The stuffed sweet potato, the pita pizza, the pasta, those are all really quick and easy meals. They are extremely cost effective and they work really well if you're just one person or 2 people. But if you are interested in seeing how I incorporate larger recipes into my meal meal plan. I'd be happy to do this again in the future, maybe once every couple of months, so that you can see how I've changed and adapted my meal plan as I get better with it. But that's going to be it for today. I hope you guys found this video helpful. Like I said, I am new to meal planning myself and it's been going really well, but I would still love your tips and tricks, so leave them in the comments below and let's help each other out. If you would like to see more meal planning videos in the future, definitely let me know by giving this video a thumbs up. I have a few other ideas for tips and tricks when it comes to meal planning that I would love to share. If you are new to my channel, make sure to subscribe. I post planner related videos every Tuesday and Saturday here at Adventures in Polishland. I will see all of you in the next video. Bye!